AEW Dark Results February 8, 22 First match, 10-11, Julia Hart with the Varsity Blondes vs. 0-2, Kelsey Heather collar and elbow tie up. Wrist lock exchange. Heather drop steps into a side headlock. Hart whips Heather across the ring. Hart drops down on the canvas. Heather with a hip toss. Hart answers with an upkick. Hart with a drop toe hold into the middle rope. Hart wraps her legs around Heather's neck. Hart pulls Heather down to the mat. Heather slaps Hart in the face. Hart drives Heather back first into the turnbuckles. Hart is throwing haymakers at Heather. Hart hits the flapjack. Hart with the standing moonsault. Hart sends Heather to the corner. Hart with a handspring lariat. Hart with a running uppercut. Hart connects with the splitting bulldog. Hart makes Heather tap out to the figure 4 headlock. Winner, 11-11, Julia Hart via submission. Second match, 38-17, Powerhouse Hobbs vs. 0-2, Gusta La Vega. Hobbs drops Vega with a body block before the bell rings. Hobbs sends Vega to the corner. Hobbs levels Vega with the body avalanche. Hobbs with 2 uppercuts. Hobbs with a big heel throw. Hobbs puts Vega on the top turnbuckle. Hobbs with clubbing sledge across Vega's chest. Hobbs sends Vega crashing to the outside. Hobbs with a running body block. Hobbs rolls Vega back into the ring. Hobbs whips Vega across the ring. Hobbs connects with the spinebuster. Hobbs makes Vega tap out to the torture rack. After the match, Tony Schiavone tried to conduct an interview with Hobbs. Hobbs puts Vega in another torture rack. Dante Martin drops Hobbs with the springboard missile dropkick. Dante lands the top rope plancha. Dante starts raining down haymakers. Hobbs and Dante had to be separated by the referees. Winner, 39-17, Powerhouse Hobbs via submission. Third match, 13-10, the Gunn Club vs. 0-10, Liam Gray and 0-11, Adrian. Alanis. The Gunn Club attacks Gray and Alanis before the bell rings. Colton sends Alanis face first into the steel ring post. Austin slams Gray's head on 2 turnbuckle pads. Austin is throwing haymakers at Gray. Austin tags in Colton. Colton stomps on Gray's chest. Colton with a straight right hand. Colton slams Gray's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Colton tags in Austin. Austin punches Gray in the back. Gunn Club are fixated with the turnbuckle pads. Austin tags in Colton. Colton whips Gray into the turnbuckles. Colton goes for the stinger splash, but Gray ducks out of the way. Austin and Alanis are tagged in. Alanis clotheslines Austin. Alanis with the big boot. Alanis ducks a clothesline from Colton. Alanis is throwing haymakers at Colton. Alanis with a knife edge chop. Alanis decks Austin with a back elbow smash. Alanis with forearm shivers. Colton delivers a big haymaker. Gunn Club connects with the assisted blockbuster to pick up the victory. Winner, 14-10, the Gunn Club via pinfall. Fourth match, 0-1, Mercedes Martinez vs. 0-8, Queen Aminata. Martinez stomps on the left of Aminata. Martinez with a chop/haymaker combination. Martinez sends Aminata to the corner. Aminata dives over Martinez. Forearm exchange. Martinez with the half and half suplex. Martinez drops Aminata with a running boot. Martinez talks smack to Aminata. Martinez with clubbing blows to Aminata's chest. Martinez is choking Aminata with her boot. Martinez continues to run her mouth. Aminata with heavy body shots. Aminata decks Martinez with a jawbreaker. Aminata goes for the sunset flip, but Martinez lands back on her feet. Martinez hits the spinebuster. Martinez transitions into a ground and pound attack. Second forearm exchange. Aminata dodges the big boot. Aminata headbutts Martinez. Martinez ducks a clothesline from Aminata. Martinez connects with the Fisherman's Buster to pick up the victory. Winner, 1-1, Mercedes Martinez via pinfall. 5th match, 9-1, Anthony Ogogo with the Factory vs. 0-4, Tony Vincita collar and elbow tie up. Ogogo with a forearm shot across the back of Vincita. Ogogo taunts Vincita. Strong lock up. Ogogo applies a wrist lock. Vincita mocks Ogogo. Vincita applies a hammer lock. Vincita shoves Ogogo. Vincita goes back to the hammer lock. Ogogo decks Vincita with a back elbow smash. Ogogo with a back breaker. Ogogo fishhooks Vincita. Ogogo sends Vincita face first into the canvas. Ogogo kicks Vincita in the ribs. Ogogo hammers down on the back of Vincita's neck. Ogogo sends Vincita to the corner. Ogogo with a back body drop. Ogogo uppercuts Vincita. Ogogo with another back elbow smash. Ogogo grabs the left shoulder of Vincita. Ogogo whips Vincita into the turnbuckles. Ogogo with the running power slam. Ogogo poses for the crowd. Ogogo with an uppercut / toe kick combination. Vincita sidesteps Ogogo into the turnbuckles. Vincita with 2 haymakers. Ogogo launches Vincita over the top rope. Ogogo avoids the missile dropkick. Ogogo with a spinning fireman's carry slam. Ogogo knocks Vincita out with a massive right hand. Ogogo draped the UK flag over Vincita's back. Winner, 10-1, Anthony Ogogo via knockout. 6th match, 6-9, Lee Moriarty vs. 0-1, Anthony Henry test of strength. Moriarty scores the ankle pick. Henry applies a wrist lock. Moriarty breaks the grip. Collar and elbow tie up. Moriarty applies a side headlock. Henry whips Moriarty across the ring. Moriarty runs into Henry. Henry drops Moriarty with a shoulder tackle. Moriarty drops down on the canvas. Moriarty leapfrogs over Henry. Henry sends Moriarty into the ropes. Moriarty with an arm drag takeover. Moriarty sweeps out the legs of Henry. Moriarty kicks the left shoulder of Henry. Moriarty punches Henry in the back. Moriarty applies the Cobra twist. Henry backs Moriarty into the ropes. Moriarty applies a wrist lock. Henry unloads 2 knife-edge chops. Henry pie faces Moriarty. Moriarty slaps Henry in the chest. Moriarty with 3 uppercuts. Henry reverses out of the Irish whip from Moriarty. Moriarty sends Henry face first into the canvas. Henry avoids the running shoulder kick. Moriarty starts bending Henry's fingers. Henry kicks out the legs of Moriarty. Henry puts Moriarty under the bottom rope. Henry cranks on Moriarty's neck. Moriarty and Henry are trading back and forth shots. Henry blocks a boot from Moriarty. Henry with a double screw leg whip. Henry drops his weight on the left leg of Moriarty. Henry figure fours the legs of Moriarty. Moriarty grabs the bottom rope which forces the break. Henry kicks the left hamstring of Moriarty. Moriarty uppercuts the left shoulder of Henry. Moriarty with a forearm smash. Henry kicks the left knee of Moriarty. Short arm reversal by Moriarty. Moriarty with the backdrop driver. Moriarty clotheslines Henry. Moriarty with the big boot. Moriarty with a flying forearm smash. Moriarty with a leaping foot stomp for a 2 count. Henry denies the vertical suplex. Moriarty with the swinging arm wringer. Roll-up exchange. Moriarty headbutts the midsection of Henry. Moriarty goes for a vertical suplex, but Henry blocks it. Henry drills Moriarty with the brainbuster for a 2 count. Henry applies the stretch muffler. Moriarty rolls Henry over for a 2 count. Henry applies a waist lock. Moriarty hits the Pepsi twist. Moriarty connects with the flatliner to pick up the victory. Winner, 7-9, Lee Moriarty via pinfall. 7th match, 24-11, Anna Jay with Brodie Lee Jr. vs. 0-1, Kaci Lennox collar and elbow tie up. Jay applies a wrist lock. Lennox transitions into a hammer lock. Jay with a side headlock takeover. Lennox answers with the head scissors escape. Jay grabs a side headlock. Lennox whips Jay across the ring. Jay drops Lennox with a shoulder tackle. Lennox drops down on the canvas. Jay with a deep arm drag. Jay applies a wrist lock. Jay kicks the left hamstring of Lennox. Jay with the hook kick. Lennox sidesteps Jay into the turnbuckles. Lennox with forearm shivers. Jay reverses out of the Irish whip from Lennox. Lennox kicks Jay in the face. Jay knocks Lennox off the top turnbuckle. Jay with a running elbow smash. Jay rocks Lennox with a forearm smash. Jay with the spinning leg lariat. Jay connects with the dangerous Jay kick. Jay makes Lennox tap out to the Queen Slayer. Winner, 25-11, Anna Jay via submission 8 match, 7-50, Fuego del Sol vs. 12-61, Serpentico with Luther collar and elbow tie up. Del Sol applies a side headlock. Serpentico whips Del Sol across the ring. Del Sol drops Serpentico with a shoulder tackle. Serpentico drops down on the canvas. Del Sol with a double leapfrog. Del Sol drops down on the canvas. Del Sol with a running Hurricane Rana. Del Sol pops back on his feet. Serpentico scores the ankle pick. Del Sol avoids the PK. Del Sol ducks a clothesline from Serpentico. Del Sol with the quebrada. Del Sol super kicks Serpentico. Serpentico regroups on the outside. Luther carries Serpentico out of harm's way. Del Sol knocks Luther off the ring apron. Del Sol ducks a clothesline from Serpentico. Del Sol unloads 2 knife-edge chops. Del Sol with a straight right hand. Serpentico goes for a belly-to-back suplex, but Del Sol lands back on his feet. Luther trips Del Sol behind the referee's back. Serpentico with the roll-through superkick. Serpentico hits the implant DDT for a 2 count. Serpentico with a falling sledge. Serpentico with a falling headbutt for a 2 count. Serpentico rakes the eyes of Del Sol. Serpentico can't deliver a belly-to-back suplex. Del Sol with a leaping neck breaker. Del Sol with a running uppercut. Del Sol follows that with the corner spear. Del Sol thrust kicks the midsection of Serpentico. Del Sol kicks Serpentico in the chest. Del Sol thrust kicks the left knee of Serpentico. Del Sol nails Serpentico with the hook. Luther continues to run interference. Serpentico with a step-up enziguri. Serpentico knocks Del Sol off the top turnbuckle. Serpentico with the pile driver on the apron. Serpentico lands the Swanton bomb for a 2 count. Luther grabs Del Sol from behind. Serpentico goes for the suicide dive, but Del Sol ducks out of the way. Del Sol lands the suicide dive. Del Sol super kicks Serpentico. Del Sol with a lucha libre arm drag. Del Sol connects with the tornado DDT on the floor. Del Sol plants Serpentico with the leaping double foot stomp to pick up the victory. Winner, 8-50, Fuego del Sol via pinfall 9th match, 17-15, Wheeler Yuta vs. 13-41, Aaron Solow with QT Marshall collar and elbow tie up. Yuta applies a hammer lock. Yuta brings Solow down to the mat for 1 count. Yuta applies a rear chin lock. Solow transitions into a hammer lock. Solow grabs a side headlock. Yuta with an arm drag takeover. Yuta leapfrogs over Solow. Yuta crawls under Solow. Yuta drop kicks Solow for a 2 count. Yuta gets distracted by Marshall. Solow sends Yuta throat first into the middle rope. Solow with 3 elbow drops. Solow slams Yuta's head on the top turnbuckle pad. Solow kicks Yuta in the gut. Solow with the Irish whip. Solow with a corner clothesline. Solow sweeps out the legs of Yuta. Solow with a belly-to-back suplex for a 1 count. Solow is throwing haymakers at Yuta. Solow with a snap vertical suplex. Yuta with forearm shivers. Solow scores the elbow knockdown for a 2 count. Solow goes for a belly-to-back suplex, but Yuta lands back on his feet. Yuta ducks a clothesline from Solow. Yuta applies the octopus stretch. Solow sends Yuta crotch first into the turnbuckles. Marshall attacks Yuta behind the referee's back. Solow goes into the cover for a 2 count. Solow applies a rear chin lock. Yuta with a snapmare escape. Solow with a forearm smash. Yuta clotheslines Solow. Yuta with an inverted atomic drop. Yuta with a step-up enziguri. Yuta follows that with flying forearm smashes. Solow heads to the outside. Yuta lands the suicide dive. Yuta rolls Solow back into the ring. Solow ducks a clothesline from Yuta. Solow with the exploder suplex for a 2 count. Forearm exchange. Solow drops Yuta with the windmill kick. Yuta ducks a clothesline from Solow. Yuta with a release German suplex. Solow launches Yuta over the top rope. Marshall continues to run interference. Solow goes for the hip toss, but Yuta counters with the seat belt to pick up the victory. After the match, Nick Komoroto appears on the ring apron. Komoroto clotheslines Yuta. Komoroto gets Yuta in position for the powerbomb. Orange Cassidy storms into the ring to make the save. Cassidy avoided a cheap shot from Marshall. Cassidy celebrates with Yuta to close the show. Winner, 18-15, Wheeler Yuta via pinfall.